Hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to your love reading for second half of Feb 2025. I hope you're doing well. I've done your pre-shuffle and it does look like there could have been a recent breakup. I feel like you felt a bit restricted by this relationship. See how the woman is tethered. Okay, so even though it's the Two of Cups and that represents union and togetherness, I felt like when I was doing your cards, you had to compromise too much of yourself to keep the relationship intact. It's almost like you had to dim your light. So we've got the Three of Pentacles here, and this is a card about cooperation and teamwork. So in order to keep the relationship intact, you had to forget about one of your important needs. You had to sacrifice something. And speaking of sacrifice, we did get the Hanged Man somewhere here, close to the top of the deck. So I feel like to keep the relationship intact, you had to be empty almost. You had to sacrifice an activity that made you come alive. Like you were really fulfilled by something. Maybe your life changed within the course of the relationship and it required you to make a few adjustments, and maybe it didn't sit well with your partner and the relationship suffered as a result. That's what I'm getting, because we have the Temperance card in the reverse. You weren't able to keep it together. The Temperance card talks about blending two substances. So it's like your lifestyle wasn't it was at odds with. Your lifestyle was at odds with your partner's lifestyle. And next to the Hierophant card, that's talking about the relationship crumbling because you realized that there were differing values. What was really important to you and what you were trying to prioritize was not important to your partner. So I feel like it became more and more burdensome staying within the relationship, to the point where you could no longer deny that the relationship looked totally different from when the two of you got together. This card facing it says you just knew something wasn't right. And so with this Devil card in the reverse, you had to set yourself free. And with the Ace of Swords, you had to be true to yourself and untether yourself from this connection. I feel like many of you could have achieved something, maybe a really sought after goal, something that you'd worked towards for a long time. Six of Wands, there was some kind of victory, and maybe you didn't feel like your partner was that happy about it. It's almost like they felt inadequate, or they felt like they couldn't live up to your level of achievement. It might have created a rift between you and your person. That's not going to apply for every single one of you. But I definitely feel like cracks started to show, and it got harder and harder to deny, because we go from the Nine of Wands to the Ten of Wands. And we know the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. So you could have tried to stick with it, and you could have tried to cover up the cracks and resolve the issues, but it got too much for you and you were overwhelmed with the Ten of Wands. You've got a card that says relieve anxiety. So I feel like you could be in a point where you're overthinking, replaying events. Like I'm getting Eight of Swords energy. Maybe you're doubting your decision to free yourself of this relationship. There could be regrets. We'll have to have a look. Let's see what your energy is as opposed to this past person's energy. Now, I can't ignore that the Roving Eyes card did come out. So either you or your person might have started to develop feelings for other people, and that could have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Sometimes it takes us to develop feelings for someone else to realize that, oh, well, maybe I'm just not in love with the person I'm with as much as I used to be, because I would never have developed feelings for someone if I was as deeply in love with them as I previously was. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a look. Before we take a look at your energy versus their energy, I just want to check this deck. What's the guidance for Leo in love, second half of Feb 2025, please? Yeah, so we've got the Independence card. Maybe the two of you reached the conclusion that the two of you had to go your separate ways for a time, really figure out what you were wanting in life. So the card says you're meant to learn how to be alone so that you can thrive by your own efforts and be your own hero. Maybe the two of you just got too enmeshed in each other's lives, and then it became abundantly clear that you had vastly different interests, something like that. I definitely feel like there could have been a third party. It doesn't mean necessarily that there was cheating, but there could have been someone who sparked an interest, and that was like that was the catalyst to the realization that maybe we've drifted apart from each other. Okay. Yeah, so we've got questioning. I feel like for a long time, Leo, you questioned, you know, what was actually missing. Could I fix this? Is this fixable? And now you could even be second guessing your ultimate decision, which was to take some space and walk away from this relationship. Okay. We have family issues. This could also mean your desire for a family was at odds with the other person, or your family values were at odds. Yeah, we've got commitment issues. I feel like the two of you realized if you were to move forward in this relationship, just the direction was different in your mind than it was in the other person's mind. Okay. We've got immaturity here as well. So one person's readiness may not have met the level of the other person's readiness to commit or take things to the next level. There was true love here, though. There's no denying it was genuine, and this person may have attempted to replace you, but you're simply irreplaceable, Leo. No one compares to you. There was a bit of jealousy. So I was picking up earlier that if you achieved something great towards the end of your relationship, I do feel like it did provoke some jealousy in the other person, and it caused the other person to feel inadequate. And that's not your problem. You know, obviously that was laying dormant within them already. They just weren't living up to their highest potential like you chose to, is what I'm getting. Okay, so let's have a look at you versus them. Angels and Spirit, please show me Leo's energy. How is Leo currently feeling? How is Leo currently feeling, please? Yeah, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot in the reverse. You weren't moving in the same direction. Interesting, you've got two divine counterparts here. You've got the Queen of Pentacles next to the King of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like you see yourself as the Queen of Pentacles. You know where you're going, you know where to invest your time and energy, you know where to plant seeds, you know what to nurture, you know your strengths and your goals. And I feel like your person wasn't there yet. I feel like you saw your person as the King of Pentacles in the reverse, not really someone you could completely rely on, because maybe they didn't fully have their shit together. You do feel heartbroken about this. We have the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So there's a lot of ruminating over this. Okay. Let's have a look at your person's energy. Show me Leo's person's energy, please. Show me Leo's person's energy. We have the Strength card. They're trying to restrain themselves. They may be suppressing feelings. Maybe they attempted to get control of the situation, or they're just trying to endure a particularly difficult situation here. Again, they're coming out as, this time it's not the King of Pentacles in the reverse, it's the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like they were not as strong as you financially, not as well established, not as grounded. They lacked a bit of direction possibly. So I am seeing that they're trying to pull this together, pull themselves together. They're holding on to you. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, you might not know this because they could be suppressing their feelings and holding back from communicating, but I am getting a strong indication that they do intend to come back. We've not only got the Eight of Cups in the reverse, which is a coming back around, coming back in, but we also have the King of Swords next to the Justice card. So the King of Swords is strategy. He's the strategist. Next to the Justice card, which is about making things right. Okay, so I feel like they have a long-term plan. They want to balance the scales. So I feel like part of their plan might be do something that will get noticed by you, something that will maybe change your mind about this person. So at the moment you see this person as, you know, not really in the same position as you career-wise. They lack a bit of direction. They're not ready to kind of level up. They're going to want to change your mind about that is what I'm getting. And they don't want to argue. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse. I feel like they want to be on better terms with you. They're feeling like, well, they're feeling very sad and rejected with the Four of Cups. They're feeling jaded. They're down in the dumps. You know, I'm picking up on minor depression here. But ultimately, they want you to see them as the Emperor. And what does the Emperor do? He rules empires. He's got his shit together. He's in control. He makes good decisions. Okay, so I feel like that's what they're going to want to do, is convince you that you can trust them, that they can take the lead. Okay, they're lacking confidence at the moment, because I can see with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, they're lacking confidence because of their circumstances. They need to better their circumstances before coming in and trying to make it right with you. But you can expect to see this person come back in. Let's see what they want to say to you. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what do they want to say? Why is it that you love me? See, that inadequacy is coming in. Angels and Spirit, what do they want to say to Leo? It's all too much. I do feel like it all did get too much for them in the end. And you might have said something that really hit home, that really kind of struck a chord with this person. They're saying you were right. You might have accused this person of being unreliable or lacking direction, whatever you accused them of, whatever you suspected them of doing that maybe they denied, you were actually right. So you're getting validation here. They're saying, you're so nice, I don't deserve your kindness. If I could go back in time, I would handle us differently. Okay. Show me, what does this person want to say to Leo? What does this person want to say to Leo? I was hurt by you. I can't make you happy. Yeah, there's that inadequacy coming in. I wish to be like you. So they do admire you. You did accomplish something really impressive, and they felt like they couldn't live up to you. Okay. Let's see what your advice is. What is Leo's advice? Angels and Spirit, what is Leo's advice, please, Spirit? I feel like you sensed that a blessing of some sort needed to manifest for you, but in order for you to reach that new level, and whether it was a type of relationship you'd never experienced before, whether it was a new level of professional recognition or respect, you knew that this gift would not manifest unless you removed some form of toxic negativity. Interesting. So I feel like maybe you had to sacrifice this relationship because you realized it was keeping you small. Spirit is saying a treasured desire will be realized if you're willing to persist in your search, and the stunning result will render worthwhile the considerable effort you've had to invest in manifesting your path. A phase change is coming in your life journey. Unfortunately, I feel like your person was stagnating in life and you kind of outgrew them. And that can be really, really painful, because you can be totally in love with someone, but if you're moving at a different pace and you outgrow each other, it's excruciating. I feel like you realized this person wasn't really living to their fullest potential. They were avoiding life, or they were saying they were going to do things and they weren't really following through. They were wandering through life kind of aimlessly or in a routine and familiar way, whereas you wanted to push boundaries, you wanted to cover new territory, you wanted to expand, whereas this person was contracting. So you realized you needed to stop doing things that you didn't like in order to get what you want. So you had to stop limiting yourself. This card says, just let me read this message. It says, you may be doing things that you don't like in order to get what you want, like staying in a job that you hate to get money, or in your case, I feel like it was staying in a relationship because once upon a time it was the best thing that since sliced bread. But you realize there's no way to have a happy life if you're spending so much time doing things that you don't want to do. You realize there were options for you. You changed your strategy. You know what it is that you want, whereas I feel like your person didn't. Let's see what the other deck says. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Leo. What's the guidance for Leo, please? It took a lot of courage for you to let go, because this card says the scariest thing to imagine when we're feeling needy is to let go of what we feel we need. But this is exactly what brings success. When we can let go, we can finally receive. So remember that blessing that I was talking about earlier? You knew you had to untether yourself from this relationship in order to receive a blessing. So that is the crux of what's happened, I feel. So there could have been power struggles, like this person might have attempted to claw back some kind of power and influence within the relationship as you were, kicking all of your goals. But it just accentuated the rift. So this card says any conflict degenerates into a power struggle if we don't go to a common higher purpose. You forgot why the two of you were together. You forgot the common denominator between the two of you, or it eroded. It says even if we succeed in controlling the other person into doing it our way, somehow our needs still aren't met. So obviously the other person needs to want to be part of it. They want to come to the party. They want to be a part of the process. But I feel like your person was very resistant. Not because of a lack of love, but because of their own inner turmoil or conflict, okay? Inner struggle. Okay, so let's have a look at some general messages to end the reading. What is the guidance for Leo, please, Spirit? What's the guidance for Leo, please? We've got be the real you. So it's your time to shine, Leo. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. I do feel like you're already doing that. Let's see what the animals have for you. What's the guidance for Leo, please? You're healing. The snake is here, and it says the experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation. So it's like a rite of passage for you. And it's allowing you to fulfill your life purpose. Interesting. And you are experiencing a lot of alone time now. So you've got the snow leopard. It's saying take some time out of your usual life and spend it in solitude. So there's a bit of soul searching going on, which is understandable given what you've been through. Now let's finish the reading with a crystal spirit message. What is the message for Leo, please, Spirit? What is the message for Leo? What is the message for Leo? Amethyst. Okay. I lied. There's another deck that I want to use to close out the reading for you. So Amethyst is saying relationships can be like a comfortable pair of slippers, well broken in, but Amethyst is here to awaken you to the exciting possibility of an even richer partnership or relationship with someone you feel a connection to. Step out of the same old and into a new way of interacting. Perhaps something as basic as saying thank you or I love you more often, or speaking your truth with love and conviction, even in relation to seemingly trivial things. Big journeys of healing start with small steps, such as asserting your need to be listened to, even when you say something that might make someone you care about uncomfortable, or to pause when someone is giving you new information that might make you feel defensive. The energy of rediscovery is calling to you to deepen your trust and intimacy. Don't be shy. You can do this. Just bear with me. So the deck I wanted to finish with the spirit messages. You're doing your best, and that is enough. Any difficulties you face will not last forever. Release the thoughts and feelings that don't feel good and focus all of your energy on love, happiness, and your hopes and dreams. Well, I hope this reading was helpful, Leo. Do leave me feedback in the comment section below, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.